Afternoon. How's everybody? It's Friday, 6th. I hope everybody's okay. Beautiful. What's happening in America? Does anyone know what's going on with the Trump campaign? And I'm going to lend a few penneth. I've had a few people sending me some information. Now, whether this is right or wrong, I don't know. But it could be. I won't put it past him because I think Trump's quite clever. I think he's, through his business and everything, I think he's been quite calculated, in fairness, in what he's been up to. Everyone, how we doing? Let's wait for a few of your comments to pop in. This ain't going to be a long one. Someone's just sent this information to me, so I don't know whether it's true or not. I just don't know. We had a great show on Wake Up UK last night. Big time. Did you see Jamie Freeman's video? No. What I want to talk about is that someone sent me some information with regards to the ballot papers themselves. How I watch on my birthday. Oh, go on, son. It's the Barnacle. How are you, Gorge? You all right? I've been working. Actual fact, I've been doing all my stuff, which has got to go off to the government public trustees and that. I've been printing paperwork off all afternoon. I reckon I've just printed about 100 pages. So that's a little bit of private business. I'll keep you updated about how that's going to go and what the outcome is. Happy birthday, mate. Lovely to see you. Hope you have a birthday. I shall watch Jamie Freeman's video in a little while. I need to have a bath, but I thought while I'm in the office, while it's nice and warm, I'll come and talk to you about this thing that someone's told me about. Now, whether this is true or not, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I've got to be honest with you. But in America, the Trump administration is kicking off because they're purporting that the Democratic Party, sponsored and funded, not funded, but the front man, Joe Biden, Joe Biden actually don't look like a bad man. But the point is this: the Trump administration apparently has gone to the high courts, have been saying that they've not been allowed to check the votes. Obviously, all these polling booths, Trump people, administration would be there to witness, what's going on. Postal voting for me, see, I don't vote and I've never voted in my life. Because when you vote, I've always seen it as you're giving your power away, putting a cross in a box. It does nothing for me. But when people used to have to get off their backsides and go out with their little pencils and walk down to their booths, and what would happen? They'd go in, give a name, they'd get a polling card. I remember going with my mum years ago. Get a polling card, and it'd be, you'd have some selections on there. The erection selection, as I'll call it. You'd have Conservative, Lib Dem, whatever, monster raving loony party. Oh, we used to love Lord Such. Let me tell you, he was a dude, as far as I'm concerned. The only one ever really take it not too serious. It was amazing. But you'd have to go and put, with a pen, put a cross in a box, and then you take that and put it in the box, and the box was apparently all sealed. Now, I know that this world is so corrupt, and if you want to be part of that corruption, that's up to you. Personally, I don't want to contribute to the slam dunking of mankind. That's why I've never chosen to vote. And people say, you've not got a voice then, have you? I say, no, I've got every voice, because I'm not voting these lunatics in the governmental departments. I'm not voting these people in. But the point is this: they're talking about postal votes. We have it in this country. People can just go online and all sorts of stuff. They're reporting that people that like go back to the early 19th century have been voting, and all these postal votes and online votes have been absolutely swindled. But here's the point: leading up to this campaign, President Trump's obviously been in power, and I'm on the understanding, now this could be true, right? This could be a bit of a sting operation for the deep state cabal and the corruption. I really hope that this is true. And that is that the official ballot papers that have been produced for ordinary, everyday, working class American people in that country, and anyone, don't have to be working class, could be upper caste, you could be flying a jet. These proper official ballot papers have had watermarks in them. Like you hold them up to a light and you'll see a watermark like you would do in your dollar bill and stuff, right? So they want the ballot papers checked to see whether there's any in there that haven't got the watermark on. And if that's the case, it shows and highlights the deep state cabal corruption. God, I only hope this is true. I really do get excited in the fact that if that comes to light and the Supreme Court say to Trump, yep, it looks like there's some skullduggery going on, we need to have a recount. If ballot papers within that don't have this watermark on that they've all had to have and been legitimately done, then it proves that absolute collusion and corruption within it all. And that, to be honest, if that's the case, that is genius. Absolutely genius. Anyway, I hope President Trump's hanging in there. I hope he's making every concession into seeing how this is all going on. I don't know what the outcome is of America yet. You know, it's a difficult one. It does show in the polls that Joe Biden is winning, not women. That's because Karen Brown's just put woman up. It shows that Joe Biden's actually winning. But we've had rumours that there's been people dropping off 1,000 ballot papers in favour of the Democrat. Who knows? Trump predicted all this, yes. So hopefully this watermark thing will all come out in the wash. Ha ha, pardon the expression. Auntie Mandy, yes, I wrote fake. Take no notice. What Dave's saying is true. The originals had a watermark. I hope it's true, Auntie Mandy. I really, really, really do. Hello, Susan Elizabeth. How are you, darling? You all right? Was a woman showing you how to see the mark. Well, let's see what happens then. Let's say, I personally think that Trump is clever enough and tactical enough to do that. I really do. And I just hope it's true, because personally, if you speak to most people in America, they absolutely adore Trump. They really, really do. We're just going to have to wait and see. Trump predicted this. This is why he got his judge in the Supreme Court. Bob's your uncle. Let's hope it's true. Let's really hope it's true. And I don't know what's going on with the USA elections. I don't see Trump going anywhere soon, but you don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I really don't have a crystal ball. I wish I did. I wish I could see into the futures. Paul Hart. Hello, sweetheart. Only a blind individual can't see the fraud of a brain-dead, hate-filled lefty. Yeah, mate. Yeah, mate, you're right. So, yeah, I've got my bundles here. These are going to be going off on Monday, special delivery to the Home Secretary. The Home Secretary's got all of her bundle here on me expressing the trust. So that's exciting times. They're going off to the Home Secretary, the Prime Minister, and the Attorney General. So we'll see what comes back on the wind. Susan Elizabeth, yes, I'm good, thanks. That's brilliant news. Well done. I hope you do it. And listen, have a great weekend, right? Really do have a great weekend. Tromo's team, even if he hasn't got the time. I generally can't see President Trump. Trump steps down once he wins. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, you guys, you seem to be in it to win it. I hope he wins. I do. Oh, I've just got a message here from Brendan Scully in Australia. Don't know if anyone knows Brendan Scully on Facebook in Australia. Have we been following, ladies and gentlemen, the story about the barber in London? Met ex-barber. I've got him on Facebook. He's a Millwall supporter, which means he goes down to the Den and watches the Lions play football. You will have to show us how to play. Yeah, I'm just proving it all that it works, and I'm waiting to see what comes back on the wind. And once it does, then we'll be helping a lot of people out. Trust me, we will. But I'm waiting to see what happens with this barber. Right. So you all know that they've entered now into another so-called, and I hate using the words lockdown, because when you train your brain to accept these words and you just roll over, in essence, we're part of the problem because we're allowing this to manifest. And they've said that they're going to extend the furlough period till March next year. So they're stretching that elastic band even further. But this barber, who's a self-employed man, I wouldn't get anything if I didn't go out and work. Now, I've been out working every single day since March when I choose to go and work. Whenever I want to go and work, I'll go and work. There's no lockdown going to hold me back. If I can't do what I want to do on a daily basis, and so should all of you, I'm very respectful of people, for sure I am. You might as well put a bullet in my head and put me out of my misery, because that's not living as far as I can see. But this barber finds himself under the cosh. Now, I think the crunch date was either today or yesterday, where the police turned around and said, you know, we're going to be doing spot checks. You've got to shut down, lockdown. And if you think that this lockdown is only going to be for 4 weeks, you're mistaken, because they've already said they're going to ease it off apparently over 2 weeks for Christmas, so you can get your turkey and your presents all down your gullets and make absolute pigs of ourselves. That's what we normally do at Christmas. You're mistaken to think that this is a 4 week time period, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be on and off more times than a hooker's drawers for the next Christ knows how many years. The government are playing you all like yo-yos. You know, you throw the old yo-yo out and it winds up, comes back, winds up. That's what they're doing. They're just playing it. But this barber's put his foot in the ground. He said, no, I'm not having this. He says, I'm standing under common law. We've seen a lot of these gym members and that now when the police turn up saying, no, I'm not standing under nothing of yours. This nation's under common law. Now, someone sent me a picture the other day of a very concerning thing. He said that he was standing under Article 61 of the Magna Carta. Right now, the response he got back from his chief constable's department was that Magna Carta was repealed, and that the Article 61 doesn't stand from 1215. And the chief constable's department turned around and said that it was the Pope that stripped it out. Now, let me tell you something, right? Now, I'm a constitutionalist at heart. I've studied the constitutional law, Magna Carta's Bill of Rights, Petition of Rights, Charter of Liberties, the Book of Dom for a long time, real long time, because I'm constitutionalist. I stand for England. I stand for the good people of this country. And I think the common law and the rule of law absolutely works. It's pretty perfect, and it's what we should be living under. But this policeman turned around and said that Article 61 was repealed. He got that wrong. The Pope did repeal. Well, he didn't call it repeal. He discommunicated the country, because whereas King John was forced to sign the Magna Carta, word got out to the Pope. And back then, people used to flock to the churches for safety from the spirit world, from the demons. That's why all the churches got demons cut into their sculpture up on the walls and stuff. It's because the demons are facing out, but inside it's God's territory. It's his kingdom, it's his garden. You can get in there and God's going to protect you. You might have to nosh off a choir boy or two and put a few coffers in the old box. But there you go. Now, the Pope excommunicated and took the papacy out of England, and everyone was crapping themselves, because back then God's law was rules, right? It was like, now the only thing, the Pope left 3 parts, I think it was 1216 or 1217, 3 parts of Magna Carta 1215 left. But Article 61 was 100% one of them, all right? Now, what you must understand about these Magna Cartas, which were charters that were written in perpetuity till the end of time, not until some despotic government come along and decided that they'd corrupt their judges and swindle you all. That's not the case. Magna Cartas are written in perpetuity, forevermore, till the end of time. That's what the barons did. Now, 1217, a guy called William the Marshal got and signed and sealed a Magna Carta under the providence of King Henry III, because Henry III was young and William the Marshal was regent to the king. William the Marshal signed and sealed, and there's a fantastic BBC documentary about William the Marshal, signed and sealed and ratified 1217 Magna Carta. Now, 1217 Magna Carta is part of the Da Vinci Code, all right? If you've seen the Da Vinci Code with Tom Hanks, the film, a lot of them scenes in that film where all the numbers and that are popping up on the screens and things are lining up, that's set in the Temple Church in London that Heraclius built in 1100. I know, I'm a wealth of information, that kind of era. I've studied this stuff. 1217 was signed and sealed with everyone's blessings. It wasn't signed and sealed under knife point. So no one can repeat Magna Carta. And it is the one that should be celebrated, not 1215. 1215 is a smokescreen. They celebrated 800 years of Magna Carta in 2015, right? But 1217 is the one that you don't hear about because 1217 is the part of the Da Vinci Code. It's the one that is awesome. Every part of it still remains today. No dodgy government can repeal it, upset it, do anything to it. It stands in law forever. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, it really does. I wish you'd all share this information with your friends and families. I think 1217, the original, is held in Hereford Cathedral. I think they've got 1217 on display, but it is the one you must use because it was signed and sealed with everyone's blessings, with the papacy, with the church, the crowns and the estates, all coming together and saying, yeah, we're having some of this. William the Marshal said, it is not what is written, but it is the faith that's placed within the thing. It's not what you write. The law is not about what you write. It's about the faith placed within it. He said that is the law. That makes the law. A lot of mistakes in history that were built today, now it's been dismantled from World War I. Paul Liart says, common law protects us from communists, Paul Liart. Absolutely. Martin Warby, whoosh, oh, gosh, off a few coppers. I finally caught you live. Hello, Martin. How are you, darling? Lovely to see you. I hope you're looking for a beautiful weekend. Did you have many fireworks last night? Don't know. Lockdown, aka prison. I'm still going out. Hello, Deb Star. How are you, darling? So look, all of the stuff that this government's doing with COVID is unlawful. They're absolutely unlawful because if they can just make laws like that and pass them through their parliament without asking you lot whether you agree with it or not, that's what law should do. Law should go out and be placed before everybody, and everybody should decide whether it's good or bad. Do you understand what I'm saying? Not just our ministers plant it through, because they could pass a law tonight to say that unless you've got blonde hair and blue eyes, you're going to get executed in the hospitals in the morning, and there's nothing stopping that. And that's the situation they've placed themselves in. Parliament is deemed sovereign. That's what Hitler deemed his parliament sovereign, that the people were just part of the cogs and the machines and the running of the country. Although he did a lot of good to start with, obviously during the war things panned out slightly different. He didn't want war. But Parliament only gets its sovereignty through us, the people. And we have the absolute right to remove that. And the only thing they have any power and control over is the piece of paper they created, which is the birth certificate. They have no power and control over anything else, because you, my friends, are God-given. You're not something that government created. So I'm going to wish President Trump much love. I have really hoped that what this watermark business is the absolute God's honest truth, and that the truth transpires. I really do, because that's a very cunning plan if it's true, and it will catch a lot of these dirty Democrats out. So, peeps, it's 20 minutes. My business partner has just turned up at the gate with his daughter. They're going horse riding. I've got to go and do some bits and bobs. I'm going to wish you all well. I'll be back to you over the weekend. God bless every single one of you. May all your problems be small ones, and keep it real and wrap up warm, because winter is firmly coming. Take care. Love you all.